Hi everyone, my name is Chenny from Gofinger Holdings. I am the product manager of TestRay app inside Jira. Welcome to today's micro webinar. Today I'm going to introduce how to generate brief testing status by using TestRay gadgets. Okay, first of all, let me just go to one of my test plan, which is down in Sprint 97. Inside this test plan, I have two test cycles. You see here, I have different numbers of test runs. And if I open it, there are a couple of executions assigned to different testers. So since it is demo purpose, so I just have few of test executions inside the cycle. But think about that. You may have like hundreds of test executions assigned to different testers, right? And the testing need to be done within 2 or 3 weeks. In this case, product manager or QE manager, they may want to get a high level testing status. So in last session, I introduced our test reports, which gives you very detailed test statistics based on every execution. But sometimes it is too specific. We just need to get brief status, right? I just want to know, okay, how much percentage it has been done, or how many executions assigned to each of my tester. So here, this is our official report. It gives you very specific information you can export for offline usage. But in this session, I will mainly focus on our gadgets. Here, I just launched one of my Jira dashboard. I have testing status gadget added here. So if you click on this add gadget and then you search, you will get 8 gadgets provided by Gofinger Holdings. You see, they just give you brief status from each different aspect of your testing. For example, defect or execution numbers by cycle, or burn down chart, or the statistics from each different tester. So here I have already configured. Let's just give you a quick review. First, I want to introduce this test case burn down chart. You can choose a test plan and whatever tester cycles inside the test plan. It will give you a burn down chart like this one. So from each day, how many executions down and how many remaining. So such kind of issue is quite easy to read directly here. Definitely, once the planned date is coming, it should be 0, means all executions has been done within the planned period. So the second one is our test cycle status part height. It will display each part height for each different test cycles. So you see here for the first test cycle, there are 4 passed, 1 blocked, and 1 failed. So if you have, hundreds of executions or thousands of executions, it will give you more meaningful data here. This is just for demo purpose. That's why I only have few of data. And here, the second part height shows the statistics from the second test cycle. If you don't like a part height or burn down chart, you just want to get a tabular data, then I prefer you to configure these test case executions by cycle. It will give you the tabular data. Here, you see from each different test cycle, how many executions passed, how many failed, how many blocked, and even more the defects. All this information is here. If you just want to go inside of your data, for example, there are 4 defects there. If you click on this hyperlink, and then it will launch defect details dialog box. From here, you can read, okay, inside this test cycle, there are total 4 defects reported. So you can get this information with a very easy way. And also, let's say, if you want to check this failed test execution, if you see the hyperlink, just click on that, and then it will take you directly to that particular test execution or test run. It will give you the specific execution related information. You see here, it has been filtered out. It is failed, and this is test execution summary, etc. Let's move to the next one. Think about that. You have a team. There are a couple of testers there. You want to check the execution tasks assigned to these testers. It's better for you to use test case executions by tester gadget. Once you configure that, you see you need to select a test plan first, and then you can either select one tester cycle or multiple tester cycles. You see, if the data is generated, you see from each different tester, tester means the executions you assigned to that user. So it will list all the tester information and then the assigned test executions. Here you see the number passed, failed, blocked, etc. It is quite easy to get a quick understanding about, okay, for each of my tester, how many executions has been done, how many executions are, let's say, passed or failed, or etc. So this is to check team status of your testing. And then sometimes you may tag or categorize your executions by a specific field, for example, components, priority, labels, environment, whatever. Actually, it is configurable. In my demo instance here, I'm using field test suite, means my task is a repository. So here, the first column will be that field information. So you see all my test cases from this particular test suite, and there are a total of 5, and there are 5 passed. And then the second test suite is listed here, and it will show the number of executions down within the test suite. Definitely, you can just configure or choose. For example, I don't want to report from test suite. I just want to get from like sprint. My test cases are tagged by sprint. Then I save it, and you see here for the test keys I tagged as sprint 97. There are a total of 11 executions from this particular test plan, and out of 11, there are 6 passed, 2 failed, etc. So all this data is quite clear. And if you care about, okay, for the last month or for the last week, I want to check the execution status for each day, then it's better to use these test executions during a period. You can set up the start date and then the end date. The data will be generated with by day, or you can choose here by week, by month. It depends on your configuration here. So you see here from each week how many executions are done. So this is quite clear to check the differences of your executions, I mean, within a period like several days or several weeks or several months. And if you don't care about, I mean, how many executions are done, I mean, for that brief data, we also have these defect statistics per cycles. So for example, from this particular test plan, I have a total of 5 defects created. So the column here can be configured. So it's quite easy for you to read how many defects are there from the plan. So in my case, there are a total of 5, but in the real case, maybe there are 20 or 30 defects reported from within 2 weeks, right? Then you can just configure this gadget. You can get all this data. And the last one is test run assigned to me, means if there are new test execution assignment to a particular person, then you configure this one. All test executions assigned to you, I mean, cross projects, will be listed here. It will remind you that, okay, I still have a couple of executions not done yet, I have to go back to my test plan and test cycle to finish my testing. Yeah, those are all for TestRay gadgets. So if you configure these gadgets to your dashboard, so all this data will be refreshed all the time. For example, for each 15 minutes or for 30 minutes, the data will always be refreshed, and you will also always get the latest statistics of your testing. All of them, they are brief status, they are high level report. This is to actually, especially to help product manager or QE manager to get the brief status of the testing from a particular test plan or from a particular testing team. If you have any question or you're interested in your product, just reach out us at sales@configurable.com. Thank you.